Welcome to another edition of the Dementia Care Partner Talk Show. Now, here's dementia care expert Teepa Snow and your host, Greg Phelps.
Hello and welcome to the Dementia Care Partners podcast. My name is Greg Phelps and joining me as usual is Teepa Snow. And Teepa, it's a busy time of the year, not one to relax. And Teepa and her crew recently finished up their annual conference. And so we're doing a podcast which is mostly audio. But we also do have the video available. You might want to check this one out on the video because Teepa is modeling a detective's hat and sort of a peacock jacket. It's a sight to be seen.
It is indeed.
It's a beauty. Where did you get that?
Well, one of our certified community was taking care of eliminating some things from a closet. And he ran across his mom's dress up stuff for the big events. And we were doing our gala at the end of conference to celebrate Snow Approach Foundation, the nonprofit. And he brought it to me and said, I feel like this should have a place with you. Oh my.
It is a beauty.
It is a beauty. And so it certainly does catch your eye, which is, the connection to using our detective's hat, which was our theme decor, talking about puzzle pieces and figuring out who is the person you're caring for, who are you, and how do you put together the puzzle of support and care so that we stay person-centered. So that was what we did at the conference.
So did you always have, and you help us have aha moments. Did you have any personally, like this really works, I'm onto something here? Did you see the masses have an aha moment like, holy doo-doo, this stuff is great?
Yeah,
give us some highlights.
Yeah, we had some of those. Well, what we did is we did 6 different sessions to cover the puzzle pieces. So the person, the condition, the brain changes, but also the physicality, the physical nature of a human being, the mental health of a human being, the sensory function of a human being. And then we did the people who are trying to offer support and care, the environment that we're offering it in, how we're all spending our time doing this. And so that we did an individual take on each of those. And for every session, we did something a little bit different for folks. Every session had a message, 2, 3, from people living with dementia. They actually interviewed ahead of time, and they gave us their take on something. And so I think many people found the take that those individuals provided was like, wow, whoa. Some people were laughing hysterically at something people would say because they would have great moments of, so I'm a really strong introvert, and I found out I actually need to be with people. And yet it's hard work. But if I don't use my brain. So, wow. That's not me saying you should be with people. That's somebody living with dementia saying it. But for every session, half was focused on individuals and the other half was focused on organizations who are trying to support individuals, whether those groups are family members trying to support someone, or an actual facility or a large organization like a home care agency, or all kinds of groups, government groups. And so what we did was we did 6 pieces of puzzle for them too, for organizations, realizing organizations are like beings, so we need to respect them as such and figure out how they work and what works and what doesn't. So people had a lot of ahas, and my aha was how important it is to give people space for conversations at tables, and how much what they did with one another was where the ahas happened for them. That when we have our certified community personnel in with people who, this is a first exposure to PAC, there are so many opportunities for them to get to shine and show, and for people who don't know PAC at all to ask questions that get community people to go, oh, that's a really good question. Hey, Teepa, We got a question. And so we had people there living with dementia as well. And we had vendors. We had over 14 vendors who were present who brought very different things into the community that allowed people to look at a resource book out of Indiana. They looked at how could you control phone access so people don't get scammed. There's a phone system. If you have a way of hooking up a landline, you can control what is coming in for someone and where it goes out and how it's handled. It was like, whoa, that's a really cool system. So there were lots of moments of people making discoveries about each other, about themselves. And, it felt for the first time pre-pandemic.
Pre-COVID, you sort of had an idea that we were on the wave. The wave was building. And then COVID hit and things sort of came to this. It wasn't a grinding halt. It was just sort of a cluster, didn't really work. Do you feel we're catching the momentum again? Do you feel that institutions are now ready to have people back in? Are they ready to explore and learn again?
We are finding more and more groups are saying we're ready for in-person. We've got to do in-person because dementia happens in person. We've got to get some skill building. We can do it online, but we need somebody to come and double check and see if we're doing it. The number of organizations that want to be designated, and that means we come and we check in and we monitor and you give us feedback. And this is not you do this and then check, you've paid us the money, you're now on the list. It's like, And, you could be aware or you can become knowledgeable or maybe skillful or maybe ultimately you're competent. But it's an organization moving forward, not individuals moving forward, the whole organization. So we feel like, it's starting to happen. We went from 8 to 25 this year. And we have a lot more that are interested. And it means those organizations, executive branch, hands-on care, people who are doing the laundry, people who are cleaning the rooms, people who do food service, transportation, they're getting awareness. They are having this opportunity to take in things that they've never been exposed to before. And it's changing. People are getting back. It's changing. It's changing how they do what they do and how they see the people and the families they're caring for.
I'd like to be with you entirely on that, but personal observation, when I was doing a survey recently, I found several people, I won't say everybody, but lots of people, task-oriented. Get it done. Get her done. Get him done. Get this done. Get that done. And it really tugged at the heartstrings.
And I think that's what we're discovering is we're this unique phenomena of truly centered on the human beings involved in this care and who are receiving the support of this care. But all too often, we've got neglect and abuse riding on either side. And unfortunately, there's a lot more neglect and abuse going on right now in situations where there's no awareness, no knowledge, no skill, and no sense that I have the time to do anything about it other than get the task done. And we know that's a dead-end spiral. We've been there before, but it feels like we still have so many groups that are moving into that spiral. And it's incredibly concerning because the further you go in, the fewer people that want to stay on the bus and travel that journey, and the more folks that are jumping ship, which leaves fewer people, which burns people out. And I think what we're incredibly concerned about is the possibility that this is going to cause some major implosions with the numbers going up and the service delivery not changing fast enough. So we have a small group, nowhere near what it needs to be, but we're seeing movement, Greg, not just in the US, not just in Canada. We're seeing movement globally, Malaysia, Australia. Select groups, it's not everybody, but some of us are going, oh, there is another way. Let's use that.
Teepa, thank you very much.
Thank you, Greg.
For more information on today's program or any other dementia care related topics, visit teepasnow.com.
Hi, I'm Teepa Snow. and you just found our YouTube channel and watched one of our videos. I'm the owner and founder of Positive Approach to Care. Thanks for watching. And if you liked, if you have a comment about, or you would, please share it with people you know. Oh, and if you haven't yet done it, consider subscribing. We'll let you know when the next new video comes out. And you might want to visit our website, www.teepasnow.com, where you'll find other resources as well. See you there.